Hello. Roll. Welcome to the stream. First of all, I'm sorry about the delay. I know I said 1:30, but I had the sudden urge to go out and take a number 2 in the toilet. I did it the right way, guys. I went to the toilet. I didn't go outside and do it on Roz's doorstep or somebody's doorstep. Roll. Hey, Icing. Hey, welcome to the stream. So, today I've decided to draw Randon? His name kind of sounds like Brandon, but it's just Randon it's Brandon without the B. Randon, who is Randon? Who is Randon? Oh yes, I was muted. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me. Don't worry, most of it was me dropping my pen and talking to myself and complaining about how the stylus didn't work. Sorry, Icing, but thanks for reminding me. Oh god, this is so scuffed. I can see the roll. You were right. I was actually going roll. This is gonna become a thing I never asked for. Good thing I didn't get into a VTuber agency. Can you imagine a Niji Sanji or like even a Hollow Stars person going rah at the start of every stream? Yeah, that's how I'm gonna immediately tell my loyal OG viewers that it's me. So, welcome to the stream, Icing, and anyone else. I'm gonna be drawing Randon today. Random Noring. Randon, I guess it kind of sounds like Brandon, but without the B. So Randon is a pretty cool guy. I haven't actually personally spoken to him. I think we probably came across each other back in, gee, I don't know. Probably back in mid-Jan, late Jan, maybe? And Noring is sort of... He's an orc salaryman VTuber. He's a really cool guy. We haven't... Like, I don't think there's been a time where we've actually spoken to each other directly. I'd like to, though. I've been to some of his streams. Unfortunately, he doesn't stream at times I'm usually awake or free to watch streams. But I've seen some of his VODs, and they're really cool. So, Radin is a tea connoisseur. Did you guys know? Look at this guy. He looks like he could be anything but a tea connoisseur. He looks like he could be like a gym junkie, or he could be like a really buff lacrosse player, but no, he's a tea connoisseur. This guy knows a lot about tea. He was talking about it in one of his recent Let's Talk Zatsudan streams, and he's talking about one of this really obscure, not obscure, but definitely not generic tea variety from China. And I was like, I've heard and I've seen and I've tasted many teas, just going to different countries around the world, but this is definitely a tea. A normal tea connoisseur, a normal tea drinker in a Western country would not randomly come across. You wouldn't know about this unless you deliberately searched for it. So yeah, I was really impressed. I was like, oh, fellow tea connoisseur, row. Tea is so good. I like tea much more than coffee. Personally, I'm a tea dog. You're not supposed to feed coffee to dogs. They become hypo and they just chew up every soft piece of furniture in your room, and that is not good. I need to increase the size of my razor. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a fan of coffee, to be honest. Coffee is... I see, we don't talk about this to Nim. Don't tell her, but Nim was saying she really wanted to... So one of my VTuber friends from the Philippines is a coffee connoisseur, and she was saying she's been to Australia a couple of times, specifically Sydney. And Australia is known to have, or at least in the southern states like Sydney and Melbourne, we're known to have we're known to have a very pretentious coffee culture, to the point where they say Melbourne has the best or the second best coffee in the world. I think the top competitor was Canada or something, and goddamn, like coffee here, apparently if you drink coffee here, you won't ever go to a Starbucks. And that's pretty funny because we have Starbucks, but nobody goes there. Like, it's always empty. There are all these small cafes that are made of sticks and stones and rags with for roofs, and they sell coffee better than Starbucks, because if you're a cafe and you're open in Melbourne or Sydney, you better be damn good. You better be damn good, or else your business will go bust in a week. I wouldn't know. I'm too young to drink either. I think. Do you not drink coffee? Do you not drink coffee or tea? You gotta try. You gotta try one at least before you die. Coffee or tea? I'm sure you've had some sort of tea at some point. Just gonna adjust my seat a bit. Not too comfy. Smooth mousepad. So yeah, I'm keen to. I really want to chat to Randon about tea, actually. Or maybe if by some small chance if he pops by, I'll ask him right here on stream. Randon senpai, let's do a talk on tea, or let's talk about tea. It's kind of hard drawing him though. Ooh, I don't even know how to start this thing. Mostly because the reference is a front on. It's kind of hard to see where his neck is. It's connected at a certain angle, and his posture is just slouched, like sort of like this, I think. Which makes it a bit awkward for me to draw, because I tend not to draw this sort of pose very often. Okay, let's change my brush a little. I got coffee once, too anxious to ask for sugar or milk, so it was just pure black. I recommend, if you're trying coffee for the first time, I really recommend trying it with at least sugar. Straight coffee is probably a pretty hard hit if you're having it for the first time. I wouldn't recommend it straight the first time. I'd recommend it with milk to make it a bit less bitter and strong. With tea, yeah, tea is a bit different. Tea is kind of light, so you don't need to have milk with your tea. It also depends on the tea. If you're drinking black tea, for example, which is probably the most common tea you get in supermarkets, black tea, yeah, you might want to have some milk with that, but it's like having vodka straight. Unless you're a seasoned veteran, you don't want to have vodka straight. Anyway, So it's pretty effing difficult to draw random. I know I've drawn buff Ross before, but this is on a whole different level. Orc anatomy is not easy, guys. If I told most people, most artists, most digital artists, can you draw me a dog? About 80% of them, or even 90, would be like, I'm not too confident of that, sorry, I'll pass. The really cool thing about drawing is that you don't magically just know how to draw something. You obviously have to have drawn it at some point to be able to draw it without reference again. It's nothing too surprising there. Okay, let's just create random shapes until it kind of works out. He's got a pretty pronounced broad jawbone here. The nose is okay. Let's put the nose here. We'll draw like really angry, really apathetic eyes. Like he's just come home from being overworked, underpaid. All he wants to do is stream, but his internet is dead. Happens all the time to me. Yeah, it's got a flat bro ridge. Okay. I'll give him a cup of tea. Hey, Samsung, how are you? Roll. Woof, 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 woof. Hulk Roz. Hey, okay, your name kind of put me off, not put me off, threw me off a bit there, One-chan, but, are you an Oji-san now? What happened? You were my Onesa. What is this? Was it all a lie? How dare you lie to the dog? Now I have to go find a new Onesa. Ha. But yeah, thanks for coming along, guys. I was gonna say, the topic I wanted to talk about today is actually not about tea. I started off with random, but how do these pecs work? I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say he doesn't have huge, bulky pecs. I isekai. What did you get hit by, One-chan? Did you get hit by a truck? Or was it a bicycle? Or was it a car? Size of his pec is about the same size as his head. I'm gonna keep the proportions. So his chest would kind of be like this, I guess. And no, this is not Roz. As much as I'd like it to be Roz. You know what? I kind of do want to draw Fem Roz. We'll see if we have time. And then here we have the pectorals connecting, and it just looks like he has massive arms. I don't know if it's like muscly or anything. Oh yeah, that's right. I found some really cool lo-fi Genshin music. I'll put that on. Yeah.
Morning. Time to set the tone for the rest of the day. So if you're still feeling sleepy,
Volume
shake
check. Sounds good. Hit by a cute beam. Roll. Our festival's not done yet. Came to say hi, so I'll be having. No, have fun in your festival, Sansa. What festival is it, by the way? I'm curious. Festival in India. What festival is it? My cute beam. Oh please, Onesa. You know I'm a bad dog. You don't see any charms in here. Just a lot of. Yeah. Ribcage. And it looks like he has a belly. Can't tell for sure. Oh, this is turning out to be pretty good. I've never drawn anything like this before. Holy Festival colors. My face is a mess. Ooh. Take a picture and show us sometime. If you like, I'll draw on your face for free. I'll draw buff rolls on your cheek, if that if you'd like that, free of charge. So, the one thing I wanted to talk about today, part of the chat, part of the free chat thing. Once I get this muscle group right, maybe I'll give him a. Shall we take a stroll? I'll post on Twitter. Okay, cool. Looking forward to it. Okay. Gonna make him hold up a cup of tea, because Randon is a tea god. He is a tea connoisseur. I know one when I smell one. So yeah, the one thing I wanted to talk about was the whole idea of introverted people and extroverted people. Does anyone know if they're introverted or extroverted? Apparently you need to do you need to go to a psychologist and do a series of tests or something
Let's go.
to be officially defined. I think that's the word for it, defined as an introvert or extrovert. And a lot of people think that introverts are just these socially awkward people that can't communicate. Like they're sort of the recluses, the people that just don't talk in, I don't know, in class or to others around them in the supermarket. Like you go shopping for dog bones and then you run into someone else buying the same dog bone as you and they're like, oh hey, how was your day? And the introvert would be like, good, bye. Basically me, huh? No. That's the wrong interpretation of introvert. So suppose there are a couple of definitions, I guess, for introverts, and one of them that I go by is. Wait, hold on. I need to figure out how he's gonna hold this cup of tea. So maybe like this. His hands are massive. No reference hand drawing. Oh, we're treading places no dog or man has ever tread before. Does a hand even work like that? No. Fingertip. Something like that, I guess. Oh, is that my Steam going off? Sorry guys for blasting your ears with Steam notifications. If it gets loud, I'll turn it off. Yeah, so I was talking about introverted people and introverted people are sort of the people who I'm just really concentrating on trying to get this pinky down right. Introverted people are people who can interact normally. Often they're kind of quirky, but not always. But the main thing is that they lose energy from interacting with people, social interaction. Whereas extroverts are the ones who gain energy, who get more lively the more people there are. And I used to be an extrovert. I used to be like this as a young pupper. I used to be this excited little dog who would literally say, if I met you once, and I saw you outside of school, I would run up to you and be like, hey, it's me, canisgard. You remember me? Yeah, we're from the same class. You know, the one time I saw you in sports class and you said hi and I said hi, blah, 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 right? Introvert. People only watch hentai at max volume when they're alone. Basically, I guess that goes pretty close, but I can see an extrovert doing that too somehow. Or maybe they would be watching hentai with someone else. Who knows? The main point is, introverts will be when they get too much interaction, they gotta be alone for a bit to recharge their batteries. How many fingers does Randon even have? He's got 5 fingers. Like, I think that's a finger. Nice one, Randon. Nice one. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna extend this bit. Lower this a little. Tilt it upwards. Cool. So I used to be a hardcore extrovert. I'd be so excited to see people, and I always had to go out to talk to friends and meet up with them, and I thinking back on it, I think some of my friends, or they are actually my friends, but they would seem really tired because I just had so much energy and I couldn't stop just covering them in energy, like come, let's play, let's go on the swing, let's go for a walk, let's go check out this place, I think I was pretty hard to deal with as a pupper. But strangely, as extroverted as I actually remember this one time, I was at the dentist, and there was this girl in the other class. She's just a friend, nothing more, nothing less. And I called out to her. I still remember her name. Her name was Bridget, right? And I was at the dentist, and she was at the dentist, and our mothers were there too, because they took us there. And I saw her just lining up, wait for the reception. And I saw her, and I was like, deep inhale. Hey, Bridget! Across the clinic, and it echoed. And she jumped, and she was like, who's that? And she saw me, and I saw her, and this was like literally our second time ever talking. We were in the same year level for 4 years. And not the same class, she was in the other class, but there are only 2 classes. And then, wait a minute, how was I gonna draw this teacup? Like this? Okay, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so I said, hey, Bridget! And it boomed, my voice boomed across the clinic. Yeah, and she just turned around really slowly, like, who's that? Oh, it's Canis. But she avoided, she looked so frightened, I remember. She must have been one of those really timid people. And then she looked at me, like, with the side eye, like, and then fully ignored me and never spoke to me again. And I didn't understand back then. I was like, what? Why is she like this? We're friends, right? We're in the same school. What's she so shy about? I never understood. And now I understand it so well. I'm so sorry, Bridget. I know you're not in the stream. But if by some god-forsaken chance that you are, I'm sorry about that one time. Rip, Bridget. Love the way you talk about them, even though we know the introvert guy will never have a girlfriend. The only person who loves my VTuber goes to will donate lunch money to. That's a very optimistic way of putting it. But hey, this is where things get interesting. Like, introvert people. Did you know people who identify as introvert, apparently they statistically are more likely to be in higher managerial positions in companies. Like, they're more likely to be the CEOs and the leaders of companies and businesses, because introverts are more they're more reflective, more self-reflective about their social interactions. So when they talk to someone and it doesn't go well, or it does go well, they think, oh, okay, so this person feels like this when I talk to them this way, so I should keep doing this, or I should stop doing this. And then they get really good at managing. They get really good at sort of managing people because they understand their emotions a little bit better. Apparently that's sort of the theory. I don't know if it's true or not. Brandon, let's give you a little bit of a... Give this guy a bit of a scowl. And a chin. Oh, this is gonna be so good. He's gonna hate me for this. So yeah, they say introvert people do actually fare better in society, and there are more introverts in society apparently than extroverts. That's funny. I seem to only meet extroverted people. Wait, no, I take that back. I seem to meet a little more introverted people. My hobbies seem to just be more of an introvert hobby. For example, VTubing, and streaming in general. A lot of the HoloLive members openly identify as introverted. I don't know if comparing this sort of thing to Japanese people is a good way to look out for introverts in, you know, in the streaming side of things, because a lot of Japanese people act introverted, but they're not necessarily introverted. It's just sort of how their society has turned out to be, where they just respect face and other people's opinions, other people's room for speaking a little more, so they don't try to speak out too much. And also the whole social hierarchy thing plays in. Well, that's just Japan. What happened to his nose? Brandon, your nose is missing. This guy's cheekbones are massive. It sort of just covers whole cheek area here. But yeah, a lot of the HoloLive cast identify as introvert. And at first I thought, wow, that's kind of interesting because they talk so well. I thought they'd be extroverts, but no. They say they're very introverted. And I remember Aqua talks about, well, Marine talks a lot about Aqua's, when they meet up in person, and Aqua's like really, really socially awkward. But on stream, she seems like a very like active-ish person, kinda. Or at least you wouldn't think she'd be that socially awkward if you saw her on stream, right? I think out of HoloLive EN, Ina, Callie, and Amelia are hard introverts, if I recall, from what they've said. And Gura is apparently extroverted. Weird, because I was watching one of their collabs recently, and Gura just stays quiet. She becomes really quiet when there's a group collab. I'm not sure why. Apparently she's extroverted. And Kiara is obviously very, very extroverted. You can kind of see Kiara's extroversion, which is she seems a lot more excited, and I personally think she performs a lot better when she's got a collab. She talks a lot and it's very interesting, but when she's streaming by herself, she becomes a little less she becomes a little less excited and lower energy. In my country, when you hang out with a customer, it'd be like, hey, how much alcohol can you drink? 1 bottle, sit with those kids over there. Oh, these like the street Oji-sans who just say, hey, can you drink? If you can, come join us, have a drink. Some countries are like that, where the Oji-sans are just eager to talk to just about anyone. Randon, your hair. Slick back. Nickelback. What does your hair look like? Oh, okay. So it's spiky up here. No, that looks like the Phoenix Wright guy. Something like bad, I guess. Every time I draw hair, it just naturally deviates towards the anime male protagonist A type of hairstyle. Alright. Sideburns. I mean, like, it's got a really clean cut, gotta say. This guy takes care of his hair, you know that. There's no sideburns at all, it's just shaved because it's clean. I like that, I like that. Makes it a bit easier for me to draw as well. Got his glasses, got his death scowl, scar in the eye, ears poking out. Orcish ear anatomy. Cool. So I have a habit of drawing everyone naked first so I can place the clothes on, realistically. That means I draw nudes of everyone. Every fan out of anyone I've ever drawn, I've drawn nudes of you, technically. Ha! Power flex! But at least those kids eat dog meat though, so I'd gladly enjoy of them. I don't know. How many people have tried dog meat in the world now that I think about it? Everyone I've asked, they're just like, Candace, why would you ever eat dog meat? Aren't you a dog? And I'd be like, hey, that doesn't mean I can't eat dog meat. You seem really curious about the flavor of dog meat, One-chan. Orcish biceps are hard to draw. Gonna add the pot belly in as well. And the belt goes under here. Maybe something like that. Wrists. I usually make this a bust up because it takes too long to draw a full body. I think I'll just cut it off here actually. Just about here. I'll draw the hands in though, maybe. Oh, we'll see how we go for time. Yeah, I didn't plan for the stream to be too long. I made the stream at 1:30 AM. Originally, it was supposed to be at 2. Then I realized tomorrow is Easter Friday, where I am, and I had something on Easter Friday. Well, I thought it was Easter Saturday, so I messed up my times. Ah! Alright, let's start drawing the clothes. So sometime in middle school, sometime in middle school, yeah, middle school, I think, I became quite introverted. Just all of a sudden, I became quite introverted. Or even just moving to Australia, I became more reserved and less open to talk about things. It's really interesting now that I think about it, because other than moving countries, I shouldn't have changed that much, but I did. So I went from talking to literally anyone I'd met before to almost avoiding people I had actually known and met and are friends with. Unless I was good friends with them, I would just walk past them and pretend that I didn't see them. And sometimes they'd ask me the next day, like, "Hey, Candice, I saw you I saw you behind the cafe the other day. Why did you not say hi?"
Shake it off.
And I'd just be like, oh, I thought you were busy, or oh, I didn't want to disturb you. So apparently I became really considerate, and that was my way of saying I was too shy to say hi. Yes, Australia is a real place. One-chan. Australia is a real place. We're not just a huge country of paid actors in some island off the coast of the US pretending to be these crazy, hairy-chested, beach-surfing, tanned blonde dudes. We're real people, One-chan. And in this case, this real person talked to a classmate, or did not talk to a classmate, when in the past this dog would have definitely he called out to this classmate. But somehow moving to Australia made this dog very, very, very introverted, and I've been quite introverted ever since. Sometimes people are surprised when I tell them, "Oh, I'm actually quite introverted." If I talk to people for too long, if I hang out with people for too long, I just want to go home. I just want to get out of it. Just please let me go. I'm exhausted. Well, if I hang out with people for too long, I guess it's better with good friends,
The sun is out.
but not
Shall we
always.
take a stroll?
Maybe I should just give him a straight arm down, sort of. Yeah, sort of like that. And knuckle. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why I became an introvert or when I became an introvert exactly, but all I know is at some point I stopped wanting to talk to people other than close friends, because I was thinking, well, if I had time to talk to people, I would rather talk to people I know I'd have a good time with, i.e. my good friends, right? Like people I really basically hung out with every day, right? And I thought, and people back then would say, "Oh, but you really don't seem introverted because you always talk to people like very friendly like." And I'm like, well, that's not really what an introvert is. It comes down to whether you get tired from talking to or interacting, or whether you gain more energy from talking to people. Like I remember I knew one of my close friends, now ex-girlfriend. She was the epitome of extroverted, and she was a super nice person, and and she was so fun to talk to. I don't even know how she comes up with these crazy ideas of everything she says. It's just very interesting. But when she's alone, my friend's like, oh, she just doesn't talk about, when she's alone with him, she doesn't talk about anything. She just becomes a pancake and just lies on the sofa going, oh, I need to go outside. Oh, I'm so bored. She claims it was borderline depression. She feels borderline depressed when she's alone, or when she's in her house for more than 2 hours. Like, how can that be boring? There's so much to do at home. Just go on Twitter or log on to Reddit, and voila, you've got so many interesting things to read and watch and just do. Or even people to talk to if you're into that. People to talk to on the Reddit subreddits, or on Discord. Nice tie, Randon. Where did you get it? I want one too. straight down. Let's get rid of that line. And then the seams go here and go here. Shirt not tucked in here. Sloppy, Randon, sloppy, very sloppy. Should have tucked your entire shirt in. Where do I go here? Here? Something like that, I suppose. Maybe a crease here. There's actually a lot of creases in his shirt, probably with how huge his anatomy is.
Yet I cannot watch the common folk suffer.
Yeah, that looks good, except he has rolled up sleeves. Where does it roll up to? Aha. That here. Okay. Seems good, seems good. So yeah. At some point when I just talk to people for too long, like I'm happy to talk to people and I enjoy it, it's fun. But I also need alone time. I feel like a lot of VTubers tend to be introverted. They're definitely extroverted VTubers. But you know, streaming, gaming is typically a very introverted hobby, and a lot of streamers are gamers. So of course you're gonna get a lot of introverted streamers as well. Not to mention, streaming helps a lot of introverted people connect to others, whereas like for the more extreme cases where there are introverts who don't have the confidence to reach out in person because they're afraid of being judged. It's very introverted way of thinking. Using something like, you know, a virtual model, or even just going on the internet and not having to see people face to face, it makes it a lot easier for introverts to communicate and talk to others and just connect. And I think VTubing is great in the sense that there are people who want to connect based on common interests, such as like HoloLive or just really cool anime like avatars. And it's hard to find that in person. Like, I'm just thinking, where would you even go to find a group of people where they all appreciate HoloLive? Like, just gonna walk up to a random cafe table. Hey, Peko, have you heard of me, Peko? Oh, pain, Peko. Yeah, probably not, hey. Or if you make jokes like beat jokes, or I don't know, even armpit jokes, depends how extreme you get. People don't really understand that sort of humor. It's a very niche type of humor that a lot of VTubers or people in this community tend to appreciate. So I'm thankful for this VTubing community. There's a lot of welcoming people. Now, personally, I'm okay with talking to people, but if I don't have to, I won't. I'll sort of just remain quiet. Especially in, oh my god, especially in a group gathering. Unless everyone I know is a really good friend. or some if everyone I know, I'm close to literally everyone in the group. I usually just sort of stay quiet and talk only when when someone says something about me or says, oh, Canis, have you seen this? Or like, oh, I think Canis knows about it. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I do. But until that point, I wouldn't say much. This is sort of hard to draw, not gonna lie. Thumb goes here, maybe? I think the thumb is a bit short. There we go. There she blows. Wait a minute. The cup needs to go out a bit. That's probably okay, I guess. This is fine. This is fine. No worries. Ha 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 ha. Wait. The whole thing is off. It's just that cup hand's anatomy and perspective is so difficult to draw. Let's start it off. Let's make it really simple. Simplify it a bit. Block out the shapes. Yep, block out the shapes. Get the fingers in. Get the fingers in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more finger. His hands are supposed to be much bigger. It's sort of hard to draw at this angle, to be honest. Low-key struggling. Help. I need help. Index finger. Middle. Ring. Oh. Pinky? Question mark? Okay. Pain Pecco. A joke only introverts will get. Pain Pecco. Not really. Anybody can get that joke. And yeah, ever since I became an introvert, I started to not enjoy group gatherings, parties. Parties are fun because I generally know almost everyone there. But there was this one time I was invited to, it was a really nice guy, and he invited me to one of his birthday parties. And the thing is, we don't have a group in common, so a lot of it was me awkwardly finding people I knew, or awkwardly trying to wedge myself into groups that I'd never met before. And it was especially hard because they all had established sort of friendship groups. Something like that, maybe. And then the cup would be like that. The cup would be like that. So, haha. Okay, I think I've solved the mystery at last. Yes! No more cup. No more cup nightmares. I had a really weird dream the other night. Just the effing Baka trio lads and ladette just staring at me judgingly, being like, Canis? Canis? And I just looked back at them being like, what? Then I woke up. When Roz came in, I woke up. Not Roz! And apparently we've all had some dream at some point of each other, which is really cute. Like supposedly Roz has had a dream where the three of us were chilling somewhere. And something happened and he was talking to someone else. And then Nim had a dream where we were at a carnival and they let the dog on the roller coaster ride. That was hilarious. My dream to go on a roller coaster, because they never let me on. It says you have to be above this height. And obviously I'm 1 meter tall, so I can't go on these heights. Is this an April Fool's stream? Sinner, hello, welcome to the stream. No, this is a legit stream. Sinner, did you know in Australia right now, it's April the 2nd. It is no April Fool's stream. I just wanted to draw random. if that's what made you think it was an April Fool's stream. I just wanted to draw random because he's a fellow tea connoisseur. If I can get the thumb right. Maybe something like this, I guess. There's just something about the thumb that just doesn't look right. And I can't, pardon the pun, I can't put my finger on why. Canis, have a dream. I dreamt the Baka trio was taunting me without saying a word. And the funny thing was, it's not even the actual the IRL Nim. It's just the 3D VTuber model that's just staring at me with her usual idol face, with the most judgingly way. It's like, Canis? And I'd be like, what? Then I woke up. Then I had proceeded to drink take 2 shots of an apple mango soju that was in the fridge because I didn't want to drink water. Had nothing to do with the dream, by the way. I just woke up and I kind of forgot about the dream until later. And I thought, I don't want water. I want something sweet. And the only thing I had that was sweet was, you guessed it, apple mango soju. So I took 2 shots and I said, oh yeah, that was good. And I hopped right back into bed. It was awful. I was so sleepy after that. Okay, random. I gotta move my table down a bit. It's a bit high. Okay, detail check. What did I miss? Got the tie, got the shirt. That's kind of all there is, I guess. Let's get straight into it. It's my favorite part, the line arting part. I'd live and die for line arting. A bit small. Make the sides bigger. Pow! Pow pow! Got him. Greetings, Canis. Nice drawing you got there. Oh, hey, ex-potato. Hey. This is the second time I've seen you in my stream, I think. Well, welcome. I was just talking about, I think you might have missed it, but I was just talking about how all the Baka trios had a dream of each other. Not on the same day, but up to this point. So I had my dream about the Baka trio just last night, and they were just staring at me judgingly. Well, it was just Nim in her usual V-roid model. There was a really funny time when We were talking on Discord actually just earlier, and Roz was saying he had a dream of us too, and we were like, huh? Why are we all having dreams of each other? And I was like thinking maybe that's why we miss each other so much. And then Roz's dream was really chill. It was just us three hanging out at this place, and he was talking to the person he had a crush on, and Nim and I were like, oh, heartbroken, Roz. In real life, not in the dream. We were like, heartbroken, Roz. Why didn't you talk to us? But at the same time, we thought it was cute, so we thought, oh, Roz, we forgive you though. You can talk to her as much as you like. Nim's dream was kind of weird. In Nim's dream, there are no such thing as rules. They let dogs into carnivals in Nim's dream. So she said, Canis, you were just like, you look exactly like you do with your model, except you were just standing on top of a roller coaster. That was like, huh? The last time I went on a roller coaster was a while ago. I would like to go on one though. Oh, but I read this news. We have a local theme park, a carnival theme park in Queensland, so one of the states in the north of Australia. They had an accident where this water raft thing turned upside down and it killed everyone in the raft, like 4 people or something. Yeah, and that place closed down for a bit because they were really lazy on checking for the safety procedure. The safety procedures, the staff sort of didn't do it properly because they were lazy and probably underpaid, let's be honest. Yeah. So I kind of did not want to go to that carnival theme park. Just shows how much you guys mean to each other, have a collective dreams like that. It's kind of creepy, don't you think, Ex-Potato? Like, I don't know. It's kind of creepy, just a little bit. Well, we're all creepers anyway. You should, oh my god, I wish I could show you guys what our chats are like. It's just full of trash. It's full of trash, but it's beautiful. It's either Roz getting bullied or Nim talking about random things like alcohol or how much alcohol she has left, or me just doing random face reacts to whatever Roz is saying. It is a hectic combo up there.
Shall we take a stroll?
Our carnivals though, we probably will. It's probably canon, I reckon. If we ever did an in real life meetup, the Baka Trio, we said we would stream it. We said we would stream it, but I don't even know how it's gonna work. Is somebody gonna lead with a camera strapped to their, like a GoPro strapped to their hat, or are we just gonna do it as a voice only podcast? I don't know. That's the reason it's called Discord. True that. A lot of Discord happening in Discord. Most of it happening on Roz's side though. A lot of it being us giving shit to Roz for talking to his crush instead of us.
Come on, enough procrastinating.
If Roz goes quiet for more than a couple of minutes, we'd be like, Caddis, he must be talking to his crush again. And I'd be like, we don't talk about Roz anymore. We don't know him. He's not a friend of ours. He chose her over us. What happened to the whole bros over hoes thing? Of course, we're just kidding. We're happy for him. We think it's kind of cute.
Look at the little white
Aw, innocent Roz. Aw.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, it is beautiful. Almost as beautiful as Roz. There we go, the glasses. And then other side of the glasses. Glasses are kind of hard to draw in perspective, and I always mess up the perspective. It always looks like it's tilting downwards. So yeah, carnivals, not a cool place. I saw this documentary about this freak accident about the largest slide in one of the states in the US, and it was like, so these guys who had none of them were real engineers. They designed a water slide, I think, the world's steepest and longest water slide, and obviously it was only gonna end up bad. Yeah, I won't go into the details, but people did die. People did die. And that's when I thought to myself, this was only last year when I watched the documentary. And that's when I thought to myself, I don't think I'll be going to any carnivals or joyride. Not joyride. Joyride? Canis, are you driving? You driving dangerously too now? Carnival parks, theme parks. I don't think I'll be going to one anytime soon. Speaking of joyrides though, there was a time where I was learning to drive, and in Australia we have a rule for new drivers where if you want to get your license from the learners, the in training like learners type license to a license where you're allowed to drive by yourself, you have to drive at least 100 hours with the full licensed driver, and you have to record it in a logbook, right? And then after that you can take a test. And my friend and I, we thought, oh hell no, we ain't gonna drive 100 hours and take the test. And we were like barely 18 at that point. We were barely 18. We just turned 18. You're still not allowed to drive, by the way, unless you have the license. It doesn't matter what your age is. So then I had a family car. This family car was one of those hybrid models with it's like hybrid combustion petrol engine and hybrid electric. There was a battery in it which could drive like a couple of 10 kilometers with no petrol apparently. We never tested that part. Anyway, the point is, with electricity, you can basically slam the accelerator and you would go from 0 to 80 in a matter of literally 2 seconds. Which is really freaking fast. So we had a really fast car. And we went out at 2 AM. Of course, we're going for a Macca's run. My friend and I always made an excuse to go driving out late at night. We always said it was for McDonald's, but in reality, we just wanted to drive. So we drove. We drove very, very fast. There was this road where it was a straight main road, and there were no cars, but it's the sort of road that gets busy during the day. And we just slapped the accelerator. You felt the G-force getting pushed back in my seat. Like, whoa! I don't think I'd consider that a joyride. We didn't slam it down till we didn't go. It wasn't like we were doing double the speed limit. We weren't even doing like we weren't even like 10 kilometers over the speed limit. It was like 80, I think, and we were on 90, maybe. Yeah. So I wouldn't call that a joyride. It was experiencing the G-force, right? I just realized I've made Randon look quite Yakuza-like. Oh, he's probably got...
I worked super hard today.
Okay, so Randon's got like some pretty thick eyebrows. I gotta make sure not to give him Kim Kardashian eyebrows.
One sticky honey roast, please.
One sticky honey roast, please. Yeah, Genshin music is pretty chill. I'm not sure why I haven't played Genshin up to this point, but I would like to give it a go sometime. I wasn't so busy with all my other gacha games. mostly playing Girls Frontline. This is a game like back a boomer sort of relatively boomer game from 2017. Yeah, I have this thing where I play the same game. I'm like dedicated to one game until it's literally dead. This is what they call a sunk cost fallacy, where you've invested so much time and you think, and quitting, you feel like it's a waste to quit. So you keep playing, even though there's no value in it for you anymore. So bad. But yeah, Genshin looks fun. I know some people, I know quite a few people who play it. That sounds like a pretty chill ride, to be fair. Oh, the world's tallest water slide. Yeah, it wasn't safe because they didn't have a tunnel over the top of the. At first, they didn't have a tunnel or anything to stop people from falling over the ride because it was so steep. You're basically free falling, almost. They didn't have a tunnel, but they thought it was a good idea to put a mesh, like a fence-like mesh. And you know how meshes have holes in it? And if you're dropping down, free falling for 3 whole seconds, you're going really fast. And somebody kinda, yeah, it's really gruesome. Somebody got wrecked, let's just say. The thing about gacha games that turns me off them is either ungodly hours of spending grinding. Throwing hours, right? Yeah, see, that's sort of how gacha games make their money, right? So you just, it's fun. You can get a lot of waifus usually. You can get some skins, maybe 1 or 2 if you're lucky, without paying a cent. But at some point, because the banners come out so often, you just gotta to keep up with it. You know how in every gacha banner, there's always something that you want? Yeah, to keep up with it, you just gotta spend. Yeah, that kind of sucks, eh? But I'm addicted to it. Not addicted. I kind of enjoy putting a little bit of money in. Like in Girls Frontline, I'm paying like $5 a month. It's like the cheapest and most efficient way of getting the premium currency gems to get gacha rolls with. Well, Random's face is pretty long. I mean, wide. Just gonna do a double take on his head shape. Yep. And we're gonna... That looks a little better, I guess. There we go. So yeah, for the gacha games, I think it's pretty exciting in that you're paying money, so it's sort of like a casino where you put in real money and you know what you're getting is... to you, it's worth something. But in reality, it's worth literally nothing because there's no value in it. You're just paying the artist for their lunch and dinner. I feel better knowing that I'm paying the artist. A lot of it goes to the company, obviously, but hey, if the company's paying artists to draw really nice skins and art for me, animated in live 2D, I'm happy to pay for it. To an extent. At some point, at what point do I think gacha is... There's a point though where I think people are getting addicted in a bad way. Like, if you're spending... I don't know, how do I describe this? If you're spending like... I reckon for most gacha games, if you're spending more than $100 a month, it could almost be classified as not an addiction. I reckon it's an addiction when you feel like you need all the skins and you're willing to drop like hundreds of dollars every gacha banner to get the skins. And that's when I think people need to get some help. Otherwise, it's pretty fun. I used to play it's not a gacha game. It's kind of like a gacha game. The OG gacha game. I used to play Kantai Collection. The OG Boat Girls. OG Boat Girls was more like you paid for the resources more than there were no skins. You just paid for if you during an event, for example, and you need those instant repairs because instant repairs cost. You need to farm them, and if you don't have enough, and you know you have to use them to continue with the event, to continue grinding for those waifus in the event, you had to pay for using premium currency for those instant repairs. It gets crazy. Because it's really expensive to get instant repairs. And there are some people who pay literally hundreds of dollars to complete an event just to get that one waifu. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. The ship waifu. I want them all. I had this one ship waifu that I was really into called Yudachi. She's super cute. I even bought a figure. I'm not a figure person, but I even bought like a really cool figurine for her. But the sad thing is, by the time it came, I sort of slowly lost interest in the game. It was a pre-order, so I pre-ordered it, and half a year later it came, and I was like, oh, I kind of don't care that much anymore. It was a premium figure as well. This figure was like effing, what? It's like $160, yeah. And I didn't know what to do with it, so I just opened it and it's just on my table, gathering dust. You know what I would get a figure of though? I would get a figure of Randon. This guy here. Hey Canis, how you doing? Hey Crayon. Hey Crayon, is that your new avatar? Holy shit. Let me look. Let me get a closer look. Twitter Crayon. I used to always think your name was Crayon because it sort of looked like crayon. But it's Cryon. Wait, how do I spell your at? I can't spell your at. Tell me your at, Cryon, so I can search you up. I want to get a closer look at your model. It looks really good, but I can hardly see it. CC Cryon. Oh no! What? No way! That's adorable. Holy shit! I love it. Oh my god! Grats, you can get $10 now. Smash that like button. I love the long coat thing. That's cute. And the color scheme is nice. I like the color scheme. I think it suits you. And the heels are chef's kiss. Wow. I did used to be a crayon thing. Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I keep thinking you're a crayon thing. Kantai Collection and Talkin' Rambo though. Sword boys. Wow. Oh yeah, PFP is still, yeah, it's still like some, I don't know what it is. Yeah, no, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. You finally got a model. It looks great. It looks great. Suits you well. I never thought people would still be playing Kantai or Sword Boys, Talkin' Rambo. Talkin'? I think people just call it Talkin' now. Too much of a boomer to know. And also I didn't play it, so I didn't really know. But yeah, I was a Teitoku. That's what they call players of Kantai Collection. I was the most loyal Teitoku ever. This Teitoku never sunk a ship. Wait, maybe this brush is a bit wide. I'm gonna... Yeah, so this Teitoku, I made it such a priority. I never sunk anyone, and I literally was so into this game. I played it every single day for for like 5 years, I think. Yeah, and that's sort of where my whole all-nighter on a workday story came from. The time where I did an all-nighter to complete an event to get a ship girl, and it was a work day, so I had to go to work, and then I was driving, and driving on no sleep, 36 hours of no sleep, really, really dangerous. Do not recommend. I broke like 5 swords. Oh, disgraceful. Disgraceful. How could you? Your sword boys fight and die for you. It was a funny description of sword of Kantai collection. Somebody once asked, I was on a forum and some newcomer was like, so hey, what's this game about? I just found out and the girls look cute. And then someone says, well, basically you send your girls, you collect the girls, ship girls who love you, and you send them in to die for you, basically, to get hurt for you. And I was like, well, that's so true. I don't know how I would describe that any better. I never ever sunk a ship girl. Never ever ever ever. First time I did, I literally mourned into a yo-ass funeral plan. Okay, I take that back. You're a good what do they call players of Tolkien? So in Kantai it's Teitoku, in Girls Frontline it's Shikikan, which means commander. In Tolkien, what do they call the people that like I don't know, shit. I really don't know. That's impressive though. You know what, sword boy? Saniwa. I don't know the English. Okay, I don't know. I absolutely love your accent. Oh, me? Oh, ex-potato. What is my accent? What is my accent? It's not Australian, I can tell you that much. My accent is most definitely not Australian. It's sort of a mix of a lot of random accents now, because I've lived in so many different places and learned, not learned, but I've spoken a lot of different languages. So it's sort of all come together and become this boiling point pot of dog shit. That's how I describe my accent. A boiling pot of dog shit. Roll, 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 roll. But thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey Samsung, welcome back. Roll, 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 roll. Oh, Cryon, you know who my favorite sword boy was? I didn't play the game and I wasn't really into it. Because I'd rather have really cute ship daughters, personally. But I had this, there was this one sword boy that I was like, oh, this guy is so cool. You know, do you remember Kogitsune Maru? Kogitsune Maru. This guy, the guy kind of looks like this. I'm gonna try drawing him. And I haven't seen him in like years, but this is what I think he looked like. With a really sharp chin. Oh, whoops. A super sharp chin. Right? Not that sharp. Maybe like this, and he has like this, a really... Okay, I'll make it look really bad, but you know who I'm talking about, right? This guy, I just have to draw this and you know who it is, right? The giant fox, yeah. Kogitsune Maru. Who? Everybody knows Kogitsune Maru. Everybody, I swear to God, you know Kogitsune Maru. You just need to be, you just need to see, you just need to be reminded. It's a giant fox boy. No. You're such a disgrace, guys. I can't believe you. Oh, please. Samsung, you got chased by the police. Oh my God, I've got a story about the police. I almost got arrested at an airport, literally. Anyway, that's for later. Mixed accents are really cool. I feel like mixed accents aren't... I personally feel like this is how I've always seen mixed accents. So if you have a mixed accent, it's like being a mixed dog breed. And you know how a lot of people would rather have a purebred, let's say a purebred Labrador, over a mixed lab. Usually, well, you might get a labradoodle, I think, a Labrador and Poodle, but a lot of people prefer pure breeds because it's just beautiful. So I've always seen accents as the same thing. Having a pure British accent, a pure British accent, or pure Australian accent. What's going on, mate? What's going on? I've always thought they were more attractive to people. Yes. Honestly, I always thought Tsurumaru, the one in white and gold clothing, was the most famous. Oh yeah, the white and gold. Yes, I remember the white and gold. But I remember there was also a guy with dark blue, like navy blue-ish hair, and he had blue clothes and whites. And that guy was really famous as well. I saying welcome back. Hello. Wow, we've got Samsung back from the police, and we've got Crayon back from being a crayon house. Welcome, I saying thank you. I struggled a bit drawing Randon, because Randon has a very unique anatomy, I guess we'll just call it that. So I got sent a Filipino Dota meme by Nim, the one that she posted on Twitter just earlier today, like Dota or Ako, I think, and it means Dota or me. And there was a song on it, a song on this Filipino this rapper who rapped about Dota. Would you like talking about how a girlfriend is not forever, but Dota will always be there waiting for you at home and never get mad at you. And I thought that was the most beautiful thing ever. I couldn't stop laughing at it. I replayed it like 8 times the whole time while Nim was trying to talk to me about it. It was so good. Aren't there a lot of like different accents in those accents? Pardon me. Yeah, I guess there are. You can get quite mixed accents in Australia. The people who are born in Australia have the most purest accents, and they're the ones who have the accents that you hear on TV probably. But I wasn't born in Australia. I've only lived in Australia half my life, so I wouldn't really call myself an Australian. I'm sort of like a wandering no nationality dog. Which is sad in a way. But I wish I could feel patriotic to a country. I wish I could feel like, oh, I'm a proud citizen of country X. Country X sounds like X Potatoes country. Anyway, I wish I could be a really proud member of a citizen of country X, but I could never feel that way. I'm gonna clear my throat real quick. Welcome back, Canis. Don't know, I'm really curious about what it looks like now. Search it up and let me know. So yeah, so about that police story. Once I was traveling from. Where was I traveling? I was in Japan, and I moved houses. And I packed everything into my backpacks, and I moved everything I had from one apartment to another in Japan. And then just 2 weeks later, I would go on a flight to Okinawa. So Okinawa is like it's like an island off the mainland of Japan. It's basically the Hawaii of Japan, and I would book a flight for a holiday there to Okinawa and fly domestically to get there. It also so happened that I lost one of my belongings during the move. my Swiss Army knife. So I brought a Swiss Army knife so I could use like the saw and the scissors and the tweezers and all these small gadgets that the Swiss Army knives come with. You can pull out like a bottle opener, a can opener, and a blade. There's always a knife blade and scissors and stuff like that. So I brought a Swiss Army knife over so I could use these tools, and then I moved houses, I moved apartments, and I lost it, right? And then went to the flight, I checked in, and the metal scanner, I think, what's it called, the metal detector, during customs, they scan you and they scan your bag, and they just to check if you're carrying anything you're not supposed to. And then my bag went beep 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 beep, and I was like, oh well, it's probably just like a coin or something. So then they stopped me, and then suddenly they suddenly, usually there's only one guy, one officer, customs officer behind the scanner, like one person looking at the monitor to scan the baggage. And then for me, it was one guy at the start, and then he saw something, and he said to me, oh, stop. And I said, okay. And he's like, he calls 3 other officers to the table, and they all look at the monitor, and he points at it. He looks really worried, and I was like, oh shit, that's not a coin, is it? So then they get a 4th officer, 4 officers. They surround my bag, and they kind of surround me a little bit, and they're like, excuse me, sir, is this your bag? And I was like, yeah, I guess it is. So yeah, they said, do you mind if we open it? Can you open it for us? And I said, yeah, sure. And I opened it for them. Yeah, and sure enough, they looked through everything. They're like, and then there it is, clunk. Out comes my effing Swiss Army knife. And at first I was like, oh, I was thinking, oh yeah, it's just a Swiss Army knife. It's not like a hunting knife, or like, a knife made to kill people, like a machete or something. Not a machete, but a huge kitchen knife or anything. So I have a good reason to like. Basically, it's obvious that I'm not out to kill someone because the blade isn't long enough. But I forgot it was Japan. Did you guys know in Japan they have very, very, very strict blade laws? If you're found carrying any kind of steel blade that has a blade longer than 5 cm, it's a crime. It's a crime that will land you in jail for at least a couple of years, because it's a weapon, and you're not allowed to carry weapons in public. Much less bring it onto an effing domestic flight on a plane, not declaring it. So yeah. They took a ruler and they measured the knife blade, and they were like, it's longer than 6 cm. By the way, you can't carry blades that are longer than 5 cm, otherwise up to 5 cm, it's considered like a personal tool or something, and you can carry it. But in public, if you carry one longer than 5, you get arrested. Partly wise because there was like a crazed knife running murderer in Akihabara like a decade ago, and he killed like several people going on a knife stabbing murder spree. So then they changed the laws about knives. The guy had a kitchen knife. I had a Swiss Army knife. They're like, all right, Canis, so tell us, why did you? Can we see it? 1, can we see your ID? 2, can we see your passport? 3, can you tell us why you have this knife that's longer than 5 cm? And I was like, Good thing I could speak Japanese, and my Japanese was more than good enough to communicate like what I needed to say. I was like, well, officers, I moved house, and just 1 week ago, and I thought I lost it, but turns out it's been at the bottom of my bag. I'm sorry. Like I did not plan to bring a knife onto the plane. And they're like, okay, cool, but why do you have a knife that's longer than 5 cm? Turns out apparently you just aren't allowed to own any knife longer than 5 cm if it's not a kitchen knife, and it wasn't a kitchen knife. So I got interrogated for a while, and a lot of people watching me get my ass chewed out. They looked at me, and they looked at my ID card, and they were talking amongst each other like, "Oh, should we arrest him? Should we arrest him?" And I was like, "Please no! I just want to go to Okinawa. I just want to eat. I just want to eat Okinawan soba. I just want to eat like the sea grapes in Okinawa. Please let me go." And they saw like how desperate I looked, like a lost puppy, just like, "Please." So yeah, I was so lucky. They let me go. They said, "Okay, look, you can have this knife back. Leave it in one of the lockers, and when you come back on your return flight, collect it." I'm like, "You got it. I won't do it again, sir." Holy shit. Oh, hey, Jin. Welcome. Puppy eyes best skill. Welcome, Jin. I was just talking about how I got almost arrested in Japan. It was a great time to be alive. So it's not even the first time I've run into the police. I've been questioned by police in Japan a lot. It's probably due to how I look. So people used to tell me, "Canis, before I met you, you just looked like someone who I could not talk to." Because apparently I have a really intimidating face, which is mostly in my eyes. Like apparently my eyes just look like I'm staring through your soul. So, according to a lot of people I meet, they say I'm kind of hard to approach if I don't talk to them first. And usually, when I talk to them, they're like, "Oh, okay, this dog is a pretty nice dog. I can be friends with them." But before then, they look at me and they think, "Oh, this guy wants to kill me or something. I can see his murderous intent." Yeah, so people say I don't look very friendly. Maybe that's why I've been picked up by police so many times for a quote random check in Japan. They would pull me over on their sirens, just walking home. I have nothing on me. I'm basically naked. Not literally, but with my clothes, that's all I have. Not even a bag. Maybe not even a mobile phone. They'll pull me over, the sirens be like yelling to me through the street, "Hey, you! What are you doing here?" It's like, I'd be like, "Officer, sir, I'm just going home. Look, I bought fried chicken. Do you want some?"
Kate is enormous compared to us. But still, Paimon wonders how
Yeah. I got randomly bag searched once in Akihabara, Tokyo. To make it worse, my bag was I did kind of look a bit weird because my brother bought me a long coat. This coat was olive gray and and I was wearing like military style boots because that's the kind of stuff Canis dog wears. And then obviously I looked very, very suspicious. Obviously, it's the coat, obviously. And I had a really big backpack because it was my last day in Akihabara, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy as much as I want until I have to go home. So I managed to pull off an actual puppy face. Yup, you're right. I tried to look as desperate as possible. Yeah. Like, please, sir, let me go. Puppy eyes. But it didn't work because apparently my eyes are the most intimidating part about me, so it did not really work that way. It was more how confused I sounded through my not broken, but sort of pleading like Japanese. So yeah, I got randomly bag searched once in Akihabara. It was fun. It was exciting. They said, "Can we see your passport, please?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. I have no reason to refuse." And then they looked at my passport and like, "Okay, so you're allowed to be in the country. Can we check your bags, please?" And if this was the United States or if this was America, I mean, not the America, if this was Canada or if this was Australia or the United States, you can't get your bag or car checked or home checked unless the police have a warrant. If they have a reason to believe that you're holding something you're not supposed to be holding. But in Japan, technically by law, you can refuse a bag check. I didn't know this. I just said, oh yeah, go for it. You're the police, you can do whatever. I should have said no, just to flex my dominance. I really don't like this idea. Yeah, Canis dog is a really bad dog. I really just don't like the idea of police just doing whatever they want. So yeah, maybe that's why I have a really bad record with the police. But I let them check my bags. They didn't find much, obviously, because I'm a law-abiding dog. Not always, but that time I was. And it was extra awkward for me because I had come out from an arcade and I was so addicted to the UFO catches, right? The UFO catches. I dropped 20 bucks to get this figurine, and I got really lucky in one of them, and I got it in like 2 shots. It was a Sword Art Online figure. It was a Kirito figure. He took it out of my bag because it was the first thing. It was a big box at the top of my bag. He took it out of my bag, and the policeman just like laughing, like ha ha ha, cute, ha ha ha. And I was like, God. I'm not sure if they're laughing because I have an anime figurine at the top of my bag, or because they're laughing because it's a Kirito figurine. I remember this trick when I go to do actual crimes. That icing, don't do actual crimes. It's not good. It's not good for society. It's not good. Especially it's not good because they're gonna track your internet activity back to me and be like, oh, who's this Canis dog teaching people how to do bad shit around the world? And they'll find me and they'll see all the illegal things I own that I'm not supposed to have. Yeah. Honestly, mood. It's never a good idea if you already do whatever they want. 2 shots. It was once I tried 10 times. Never will try it again. Yeah, how addicting are they? These UFO catches. They're designed in a way where you're not supposed to get them unless you try more times than how much the prize is worth. So the prize is worth $10. They're kind of designed in a way where you need to pay at least, I don't know, like 15 or something to at least get a chance at it. I'll get rid of the sketch layer. So I sunk a lot of money into the UFO catches. It was crazy addictive. You put in a coin and you feel like, oh my god, I was so close, let me do it again. Stop. Please, he's over here. Start a global hellhound crime syndicate. You guys want to start one with me? Cryon can be my what do they call it? What do they call the young botchan, not the young botchan, the young guy who succeeds the Yakuza syndicate. The waka something. Oh, you can also be my right hand man. Roz will be the coffee and garbage boy. Icing can be the syndicate's assassin. He can go if I want someone dead, because we're a hellhound syndicate, obviously. I'll give Icing some daggers and some knives and claws to off someone, to throw them into Tokyo Bay with concrete in their feet. Sidekick. An ex-potato can be my kitchen chef. Just the name ex-potato, I think of great foods that he can probably make. He or they. Sorry, I'm not sure, I just assumed. Oh. Maybe it's supposed to go this way. Oh, that doesn't look too good. But yeah, we should start a hellhound syndicate, crime syndicate. Sole purpose, our mission is to piss the police off. Because screw the police, right? By the way, guys, this has nothing to do with the tweet I made earlier yesterday about how I wanted a gun. This has nothing to do with that, okay? I don't want a gun to commit crimes. I just like guns and weapons. Don't read too much into it. I'm not an illegal dog. I'm just a misunderstood dog who apparently looks like a criminal, gets searched by police all the time, but I've never done anything wrong. I mean, I consume souls for a living, so that checks out. Oh, ex-potato, you can consume souls and vomit out the remnants of the soul for me, because I eat souls too. No one's lived to tell this tale. I bet. Okay. How do you tell if a soul is delicious, ex-potato? How do you tell if a soul is delicious?
The sun is out. Shall we take a stroll?
I reckon it's the crunchiness, the crunchy exterior of an old soul. Sorry, not a young one. The young one's supple and tender. The old souls have a crunch to the outside, like a cheese cracker. How do I draw Randon's eyes? It's just very dead. Like, sort of like that. I'm sorry, Randon. I'm sorry. You look tired. You look really tired. I guess I should never try consume you. Goodbye, Canis. Goodbye, Cryon. If you leave now, you won't get to see the crime syndicate grow. My right-hand man. Goodbye. The amount of emotion, suffering, happiness gives a different taste. It's kind of like a fine wine, huh? You gotta let it age a little. I like it when it's aged. This is reminding me of the conversation Roz and I had about what our preferences in a partner would be like, and he was telling me, Canis, you know I like thick, right? I was so surprised. For some reason, I thought Roz would like the slender, short, young girls, but he likes the thick girls, and I was like, whoa! That's like the CEO of Coke liking Pepsi. I couldn't imagine that. Yeah. I'm not sure where I was going with that. But yeah, it's like a wine, isn't it? The aging of souls. Speaking of wine, I wanted to go to a vineyard to check out the taste wine. The joke is, I don't even like alcohol. I don't hate it. I just don't like it. Lately I've been drinking a bit of alcohol, partly because I've been influenced by certain VTubers, who shall not be named. And also, soju specifically is really good. I can't get into wine, but soju, for some reason, soju. Why is soju so good? Other than the fact that it's flavored. You know? Soju it's sweet. Maybe that's why. I really like sweet things. Sweet souls are good too. When the wine is aged as sweet as Coke. Chef's kiss. Mom. Oh shit, what time is it? Oh my god. I gotta finish this because I have something on tomorrow, so I didn't plan to have a long stream. yeah. I know, Cryon, I know. Design seems so soft. His taste is so diff. I think you'd be so surprised if we're talking about VTuber models. I think most people would be fairly surprised at what I look like compared to my model. And that's sort of partly the reason why I wanted to change my model to one that suits me a little bit more. Wow, this is a really tired Randon. I gotta make him look a little pissed. Like somebody peed in his Wheaties. Nah, that just makes him look sad. Ah, there we go.
This is an age of gods and monsters. I wish not for to
Looks so sad.
yet I cannot watch the combat.
Damn, I hate soju. It's too strong for me. I'm an alcohol baby. Well, guess what, Cryon? I too am an alcohol baby. I'm baby, feed doggo alcohol. So I am a doggo. I am a doggo, but I can also shapeshift. All hellhounds can shapeshift, Cryon.
I will have order.
Trying to change your eyes, but kind of off at some angles. Yeah, all hellhounds can shapeshift. I was reading up Welsh hellhounds, so the Cwn Annwn, which is what I am, and their stories and legends about their appearance as all being attacked by things, and I don't think anyone died there though. I think people just report that they get attacked by something there. Specifically, this area in on a trading route in Wales, or between England and Wales, is a forest-like area where people record huge demonic dogs that run so fast that, you know, horse carriages, they were using horse carriages back then, could not outrun. And there was this report about one guy who tried to strike it with a walking cane out of self-defense, and it went through the dog. But when the man got home, he fell ill, and he died of a really strong fever soon after. I love stories like these. Except I know it's not a story, cause it was me. I struck that old man. How dare you hit me with a stick? Does Randon have wrinkles? Oh yeah, he does. Gotta get those wrinkles on. Oh, he just looks like an old man now. I'm sorry, Randon. I'll just give him a couple. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Need a slightly larger brush. Would you still be a dog if I change my motto? Ah, yeah. Porum, what did you do? He struck me first. Joke's on you. I'm not old enough to drink. Icing! What is the drinking age in your country, Icing? In Australia, it's 18. In the United States, I know it varies between 18 and 21. In Korea, it's 22. Yeah, the land of soju, it's 22. Really weird. Japan, it's 20. Hatachi. Hatachi. That's the word that means 20. It means coming of age, like becoming an adult. You're an adult when you hit 20. A dog. A dog. Drinking age here is 20. Oh. Japan? Question mark. Are you in Japan? Alcohol-filled crime syndicate! Yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys my shapeshifted form. To some, it might come as not so much of a surprise, but I think in general, people are gonna feel surprised about it. So I've also made a cover song. I've recorded and edited a cover song to go with the reveal. It's a corpse cover. I love corpse. And you're probably thinking, how does this dog muster a voice that low? Well, that's part of the surprise too. Oh, how do I draw this? So yeah, I've got a cover that I'll release with my reveal. concept art reveal. I don't think I'm gonna be revealing my rigged model too soon, because I have to still rig it, and it's gonna take a while. Remove that line. And yeah, I'm probably not gonna do a follow, like, give me X number of followers and I'll reveal my pose, or like if you give me 400 followers, I'm gonna show you one eye. I'm not gonna do that stuff. I don't really like it that much. I think my followers deserve more than that. If they're already following me, they deserve to see it when I complete it. So I'm not gonna do a follow to reveal thing. I'm just gonna say, give me one like on this tweet and I'll reveal my concept art. And I'll like my own tweet and I'll upload my concept art right after that. In Latvia, my home country, it's 18. UK, where I live, it's 18. Oh, are you from Latvia normally? Oh wow, that's really cool. Dad, tell me something about your home country, X Potato. You might know that I've been quite into learning different languages and different culture. So I'm really interested. The other day I learned French fries aren't actually French. They're from Belgium. And Belgian French fries are a completely different thing to the American style French fries. Did a kazoo cover for April Fool's Never Again. I didn't see this. I have to see this after the stream. I'll check it out. Definitely will. Some folds here, some folds here. Let's see, its current economical state is too terrible to live there. Minimum wage, hence why I moved. Oh, cool. Is Latvia sort of like, does it feel different to live in the UK? Because I know when I lived in Australia for half my life, then I went to Japan just from 2017 to 2019 for work. And it didn't feel too bad because I had experienced living in Hong Kong, and it sort of felt similar. In a lot of East Asian countries, if you live in one, going to another one will kind of feel similar. It's got a scar here. It's got a couple scars here. Probably he's got no hair in his arms. He probably slipped while shaving his arms and cut himself. That's why there's scars here. Ha. Yeah, I was born in the UK, but I didn't live there long enough to realize what it was like. So yeah, sometimes I want to go to the UK to see what it's like, especially my hometown in Wales. But with how things are now, that's not gonna happen. Let me travel. Corona, please. I want my vaccine. Oh. Oops. my ship girls, my Kantai collection ship girls plus just dropped down. Oh no, Gambia Bay, are you okay?
The gate is enormous compared to us.
I think I'll color in. Oh, I don't know if I should color this in. I really gotta sleep soon, actually.
He doesn't walk in.
But I'm a dog who wants to get things done. I'm a dog who doesn't want to leave things hanging. I'm a completionist dog. I will finish this, even if it means being late to my thing tomorrow. Just hope I can. Wait, Hong Kong, that's where I am. Cryon, you're from Hong Kong? I miss Hong Kong. I miss Hong Kong. Hong Kong is great. Not enough space for a big dog like me though. So, it's not why I moved away. It's just family work things, so. And also just wanting to move to a country with more space. Somehow I imagine Latvia to be a small, relatively small country with not that much space as well. Is my assumption correct, Ex-Potato? Is that what Latvia is like? About Wales. North-west region is pretty alright. The locals for the most part. Oh, okay. So I'm from South Wales. Like the most southern part of Wales. I don't know what people are like there. Just gonna get that black hair down. The tinge of green. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. No, a bit darker. The sad thing about Wales is that nobody speaks Welsh anymore, unless your age is over the number of 80. You probably don't speak much or any Welsh, unfortunately. But people are picking it back up again. It's getting trendy to speak Wales again. So I'm happy about that. My good friend. I say good, but my Welsh YouTubing friends, not VTubing friends, from Wales. He says like it's getting popular amongst young people to learn Welsh again. So I was happy to hear that. Hong Kong for a New Year countdown. Shame I was too young to remember. You know, one of my oldest memories of Hong Kong is actually also a New Year countdown, except this New Year countdown was not any New Year. It was the New Millennium countdown. I was in Hong Kong I was in Hong Kong during like the countdown to the year 2000. That was something. I remember everyone was like, "Oh, it's a year 2000! Wow, 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 wow!" And I was just like sitting there going, "Oh, what's so special about that?" I was too young to understand. Silly doggo. Latvia is very small, less than 2 million people, in between Estonia and Lithuania. Yeah. That's the thing about European countries. It's hard to keep track of where the countries are. I just kind of remember it's somewhere near Scandinavia. So Ex-Potato, I don't know if you know about this, but I've been really into Finland, and I was actually meant to study. Oh my god, can I tell you guys a story? So I applied for an exchange study. I'm currently still studying doggo. I applied for an exchange study for my final semester in university, so I can finish off with a bang and finish off my degree in a place I've always wanted to live in. So I applied for Finland, and it was really hard to get, but I got in, and then COVID hit. And they said, wait, but maybe we might be able to give you a spot for 2020. Second half of 2020, we can let you go to Finland. That's what my university said. And then I waited half a year, doing nothing, by the way, to get this final semester in. And then they cancelled it on me on the last second. Okay, now he kind of looks weird. It's too saturated, a bit dark. Needs a bit of yellow. Yeah, this is good. This is good, I think. So yeah, I was meant to go to Finland, and I even studied Duolingo for like a while, so I could communicate with the locals and ask them where the good saunas are at. And it was for nothing. Maybe I'll go back to Maybe I'll go back and visit Hong Kong again. But all my friends are gone. Like, they've moved somewhere else in the world. A lot of them went to the US and Canada, so there's no one really to visit in Hong Kong. I don't know if I'll go back anytime soon. But at least there's always Arata, my VTuber friend Arata. Hong Kong's a really nice place. Hope you get a chance to visit again. That's a year before I existed. We could never have passed each other. Oh, but I was in Hong Kong until 2004, so there's a chance we could have passed each other, Cryon. Canis is old. I see. I'm... Okay. I don't feel old. That's a thing. They say I'm a boomer. Nim and I are about the same age, if I recall. Roz is a bit old. Roz is a bit older than me and Nim. But, you know, we all... I'm pretty sure I can speak for all of them when I say we all feel like children. You know, they say, oh, once you hit a certain age, you're gonna suddenly become an adult. You're gonna suddenly, you know, have to work and do this and that, and you'll be independent. But the thing is, I still feel like I'm a man dog child. Like, I still want to do things that I still have things I want to do. I don't want to become a barking god house dog for the rest of my life. Or a working dog for the rest of my life. I got things to do. Doggo has people to see, people to meet around the world. Mr. Worldwide! If anything, I wanna do like a trip to Europe. I've never been to Europe, other than obviously the time I was born. So, my first goal after COVID is to probably plan a trip around Europe. Stop by the UK. Say hi to X-Potato in the UK. Maybe. And probably will stop by Southeast Asia as well and say hi to Nim and Roz. We were talking about doing a stream, a voice-only stream for when we meet up in person for the first time. Yeah, that would be wild. No one has ever done that before in the history of VTubing. Maybe I'll find a giant doggo in my memories. Oh yeah, that would be when I hit 20, but I feel exactly the same. Oh, about being an intern's dying and catching on the text there. See ya, X-Potato. Thanks for coming along. I really appreciate it. Let's talk again soon. Roll. Yeah, so don't you... Cry. I don't want to ask you how old you are, but I can kind of guess from what you've already told me. Yeah. I feel like... So some of my friends I've known, my good friends I've known since high school, they are married now. Some of them. And one particular person I was really close with, she was like, I met up with her and she was like, I'm married now. I got married last month, but I still feel like a child pretending to be an adult. And I was like, okay. I get how you feel. So I feel the exact same way as you. Guess some people just never grow up. Then again, I'm an immortal doggo, so I'm always like this till the end of time. I'll always be the same dog who never changes age. I don't think my appearance has even changed much, like, in the past half of my life, probably. Glad to know we all feel the same. I definitely feel like most people feel this way. I wouldn't be surprised if most VTubers felt the same way, because we're VTubing because we want to do something that as big dogs or big boys, big girls can't do. Maybe age is catching up to me when I find myself drinking a soju in the morning. Maybe. Nah, not really. Need a bluer tie somewhere around here. This is some real sad music to go along with this talk. Very, very fitting. Oh no! Oh no! I hate it when that happens. But yeah, worldwide trip one day. Gonna go stop by Hong Kong, say hi to Cryon. Stop by stop by UK, say hi to X Potato. Oh wait, what's this? Boom, 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 boom. Is that the shirt? Okay, gonna use the same black as the hair. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking good. And then in here, we're gonna put some light Chinese tea, so it's gonna be reddish. It's gonna be brownish red, but like really, really light. Something like.
This is an age of gods and monsters.
Something like
I wish
this.
not for dominion. Yet I cannot
Whoops.
watch the common folk suffer.
Ah, yes, not a bit darker. This is making me want to go to Hong Kong's what are they called? The Yum Cha restaurants where they serve a la carte dishes and they wheel it around in a trolley and you just pick it off. You pick it off and you say, yeah, I want this. I want some chicken feet, or I want some steamed dumpling, like the prawn dumplings. What do they call it? Called ha gao, I think. Oh, I love those things so much. We have a lot of yum cha in Australia as well. There are a lot of Hong Kong and Chinese people living around here. So I can always get my yum cha fix anytime. I remember reading somewhere personalities are solidified once we hit 15. I thought it was like, I feel like personalities can change over time. I feel like I've changed between, I can't say my age obviously, but I feel like I've changed in the past couple of years. Unfortunately, the last one's closed down. Oh no, Cryons, are they all gone now? No, no way. You're joking. How could they close down? Is it just because nobody can go out to eat? Is that why they're closing down? Now I need to get a bit of red. It's like a purpley, deep reddish purple, something like that. Dum. Dim sum is the best thing ever invented, bless them. Oh my god. You know what? You are completely right. The whatchamacallit, the
Sticky honey roast, please.
what tea do you get? Most people are thinking about the food in dim sum and yum cha, but then there's me and I'm like, what tea should I get? It's usually a choice of 3 different teas. I think one of them's chrysanthemum, the flowery tea. I really like that. One of them's oolong. I also really like that, like a Chinese red. It's a really nice red tea. I really like oolong. We had a lot in Japan. And then there's one more. I think it's pu'er, the really strong one, made from an aged cake, a Chinese tea aged like a cake for a couple of years. Get some red into his eyes. Add some red onto his shirt. Those bicycles, Randon? What were you thinking? We can do that. Let's add that. We gotta respect the design, guys. Gotta respect the design. Go with the original design. Draw some really bad bikes. Disrespect the original design with. All these good foods exist while I survive on 7-Eleven foods almost every day. Holy heck, 7-Eleven foods icing in Japan are so good. I feel like if I had the money to survive off 7-Eleven foods, I would do it. In fact, in Japan, I kind of did. I kind of did, to be honest.
Now let's eat before it gets cold.
I lived next to a Lawson and another chain called another local chain called what's it called? It's called Mini Stop. That's it. Yeah, they had such good fried chicken, so juicy. In fact, it was the fried chicken I bought my. It was the store where I bought my fried chicken from before I got pulled over by the police. Yeah, so yeah, so there was that. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, he's got a scar up there. I almost missed that. So sort of like that. I don't want to use the same color. It look kind of bleh. Do orcs even have red blood? Hell if I know. Okay, gotta go. Hope you don't stay up too late, boss. See you later, my right-hand man. Ma. Thanks for coming along. I really appreciate it. Good night. To be fair, 7-Eleven foods here in Thailand are also pretty good. Do you guys get curry in your? Do you guys get a lot of curry sauce, curry type sauces and curry type dishes? That's the one thing that I wish Japan had more of. They have curry udon sometimes, and Roz was telling me how McDonald's in Singapore, they have a curry flavored dip with chicken nuggets, and I was so jealous. So jealous. If you guys have like a, I don't know, like a Tom Yum flavored chicken McNugget dip, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna go to Thailand. I've been to Thailand once actually, maybe twice even, when I was a wee pupper. But yeah, I don't remember much about the food. Wish I could revisit that time and figure out what I ate. Yeah, alright. I think we are pretty much good to go here. There's a really weird cookie Tsunemaru here. We'll get rid of. Anis, you a joker. We'll go with the green, the dark green. How do I spell his Randon Yoring? Whoops. Whoops. Oh my god, the thing broke. Bum bum bum. Is this it? Okay. At Randon Nuring. I think that's it. Yes. Yes. Gonna move that aside. Turn it around. Pop. Yes. Here it is. We are done. Oh my god. So, I actually have something on tomorrow that I didn't realize. Typical Canis. Can't get a schedule shit together. Crop. Save. And here it is. Ta-da! Random Yoring. Row. Random of the T-Pog. Oh, what did he say on stream? He was like, that tea is called... Oh, what tea was he drinking that time? Shite, I can't remember. Okay, I think I'm just gonna make up some shit and... What should I make him say? Something like...
The gate is enormous compared to
So you brew red tea at basically boiling temperature, 95 to 100 degrees, 95-degree water, steeped for 20 seconds. Nah, you wouldn't. I drew a Western teacup though, so I can't say that's Chinese tea. It's gotta be milk tea at this rate. A fine Darjeeling with a spot of milk. I know some people drink Darjeeling with milk. I've tried Darjeeling. I don't think it's a type of tea to have milk. I'm gonna change the color. Maybe we'll go with a darkish red. Somewhere around here, I suppose. That's a bit lighter than that. That's fine, I guess. First flush Darjeeling. So first flush is sort of like the quality of the Darjeeling. You can get first, second, I think. First and second flush. And flush is just sort of... I can't remember. I don't drink Darjeeling. But all I know is first flush is like some higher quality Darjeeling compared to second flush. I'm sure he can appreciate many types of tea. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I think he'd be okay with this. This a first fine Darjeeling first flush. Yeah. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Alright, let's finish with that. Okay, it is late now. I hope you guys get some sleep or enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. Thanks for dropping by and watching me struggle with Randon Neuring's anatomy. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. Especially finding out ex-potato from Latvia and the fact that you guys have curry. Well, not you guys, but the fact that people have curry and we don't. I'm gonna burn the kazoo now. I'm gonna go check out your kazoo thing, Icy. Thanks for coming along. Well, hope you enjoy your day and good night.